Yes.
So what I've done so far is I've filled out, I haven't gone very far, I just started.
Okay.
I filled out the people table.
Uh-huh.
So what I did was I looked at what Hugh had done with the users table.
Yes.
And so some of the fields in users go to people, just
Right.
general fields. And the other fields went to pets accounts,
Right.
because having that kind of thing. So, and of course, pets account belongs to person. So as we talked about yesterday, this is a standard association, so I have to put a foreign key here for person ID. Carry out here.
Correct.
Relate to. Now I'm starting to work on job seekers. Here. And I noticed that yesterday I had put in people ID, thinking that in order to make the act as Jim work correctly, I needed a foreign key in here for people ID to point to the people table. Turns out I don't need that.
Right.
So I just looked at this is the gem library. It's actually gem.
Yes.
And basically, what we've got to do is the act as table. You have to add these two items.
Correct.
But the other tables that use the act as entity don't have to have a foreign key for that entity.
Right.
The job seeker can act as a person, as shown here, but it doesn't need a person ID in the schema for that.
Right.
So what I'm doing, I'm just going to delete this. Job seekers have an address, and as we know, job seekers, actually that should be singular, address ID. So that, of course, is a foreign key for the address table, the addresses table. And now what I've got to do is I've got to add a bunch of other fields from the original job seekers table that Hua had here. So that was just what I was in the process of doing right now.
I have a quick question. Do you need, when you implement the polymorphic table, do you need the foreign ID on the other side, on the job seeker?
I believe that you do. So do I need this? Do I need this field here, address ID?
Yes. Do you need that one? It's because, you know, the act as, if you look at the GitHub, the way it's implementation, they just say it's, they say, I think it's built on the holomorphic implementation, I guess. It's similar to the act as. So I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. You might be right, but then I would. Can I show you mine? I trying to just work on your workbench. Let me show you what I have and then see if it makes sense. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
okay. Let me stop sharing so you can share now.
Okay.
You may be right. I have to look up whether polymorphism requires a foreign key in the table that we're linking from.
Yeah. So Can you see?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this is what I have for address. Only the location ID and then the location type. Then when I just when I point to this dotted line, it just shows to job seeker. I don't have the address foreign key here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't put that in there. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Why don't we look at the documentation for that?
Exactly. Let's go.
So, do you want me to pull that up on my screen? Or?
Okay, you can pull on your screen. Let me get out.
Okay, sure. So I'll go back to sharing my screen?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So let's, so here, picture's probably more.
Yes.
Picture has, yeah, these two things, which is you noted in what you've got there, you've got that.
Yeah.
The question is employee and product require imageable ID? So here's a picture of it right here. Yep, you're right. So we don't need that.
Okay.
They're not showing foreign keys in employees and products.
Right.
Okay, great. Good. So delete that. Catch. So we'll go back to adding in the additional fields. Job seekers call. That was just something that MySQL put in there.
Yes.
Job seeker status ID. So that means that job seeker status ID goes over here. Yeah. Okay, I see. Yep.
I do believe we have both. Which one? Okay, let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, the grande orange pizza is double stuffed bacon and it's all ice cream
I can type here.
Okay.
We're actually all out of the very moment.
So, all right, back to the table. So what else do we need? We do job seek, resume ID, resume ID.
No, it's not sourdough. Okay, so is that instead of corn soda? Okay, perfect.
Job seeker has only one resume or many? Do you know? Let's see. Let's check what he did in his schema. So if I look at job seekers, he has this, and if I look at job seeker model, well, he didn't fill out the model for job seeker yet. So let's assume for simplicity right now it's just a one resume per job seeker. We can change that later. So I'll put has one resume. So what I like to do is I build this thing out, I think about the associations, and I add it to this text note here.
Yes.
to reflect what we're thinking about. As we go back and forth between designing the table and between designing kind of the model design as well at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So here he's got user ID. That's not needed because of the add gem doesn't require that foreign key.
That's correct.
Yep. These other ones here were added by MySQL Workbench when he did, I think he imported either some SQL from the PostSQL database or something that MySQL Workbench created a bunch of these fields that we don't really need. So I think for now we're kind of done with the job seekers.
Okay.
Capture that. Really straightforward so far. By the way, looks like I lost my association here.
Okay.
That's better. One of the things I don't like about this tool is you can't. No, there we go. You can't force it to connect on whatever side you want it to connect.
Okay.
It just chooses these connections. And you gotta live with them.
Okay. It's still it's at the people ID.
Sorry?
Okay.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay. You know what? Why don't you use the association with the pen thing, like all the way to the bottom? It has a pen.
This one here? Yep.
Yes. Okay. That one. Click
Nice.
that one. No, first delete the people ID.
Yeah. How do I delete that? Let me see. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Just delete the whole thing, yeah.
I'm trying to. So, oops. Delete doesn't work.
Okay, you can.
How have you been able to do that?
Okay.
Maybe if I delete this field.
Yes, maybe it works that way too.
Okay. Okay. So
Perfect.
you're saying this doesn't add any fields when you use this one?
Yeah. Click
Okay.
that one. No, click first the.
Sorry.
It does, right?
It didn't add a field.
It didn't add.
It did not.
Okay. So it shows the association with the primary key and the what is the people, right? When you put the cards on it, right? Yes.
It shows the association between ID, job seeker ID.
And then.
Oh, you know what? I need to add the fields here required by that gem, don't I?
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see if I can delete this again.
Okay.
Try it again. This tool sometimes is a little flaky. Are you on Windows or Mac?
I'm on Mac.
So how have you been able to remove this?
Okay, let me show you. Let me share mine, and then maybe I think you should be able to do it without. Okay.
Okay.
So can you see?
Yep.
Either I can delete from here the film, or here, I guess, and then right click. Disappear.
So you did right click and delete?
Yes, it does the same thing. You should be able to do it.
Okay, I've been trying right click and delete and it doesn't seem to work for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you can delete from the field, right? From the table. It's from.
Well, what would I delete?
Okay. Let's see.
Hey, why don't I go back to mine?
Okay, what does it associate with the ID, the primary ID of job seeker and the people? What are they associated with? Because it has to point to each other. So if you delete that from the people table, and then probably will disconnect.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
It did.
No, I don't know.
Try.
Let me try it a little bit more. Maybe if I delete foreign keys. So what I had to do was, actually, let me go back to my screen.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Can you see my screen okay?
Yeah.
So I deleted it under job seekers table on the foreign keys tab. I had a foreign key set up between job seekers and people, and that's why I guess it kept the link there and didn't allow me to delete it.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So here I've got to create, what is it, actable?
Yeah, actable ID.
Now you've got that as a character. Is that an int or a character?
Actable ID int, and then you have to have a ID in the type. Actable type.
And is that a car?
Yes, string. That's a string.
That's a what?
A string, var, I guess. For the rel has it as a string.
As a string. Okay.
Yes.
So that's probably the best we can do. Let's see if I can. It doesn't really matter because this is MySQL, but if we do have something like a string, we can use that. Let me just.
Okay.
Like bar chart will suffice for me.
Yeah, that will work.
Yep. Okay. So going back to this, you want me to click on this, and you want me to click people first or job seekers first?
Okay. No. People click the what is this, actable ID?
Yep.
And then click that, and then click the ID. You have to click the ID on the. Otherwise,
got this damn thing. I don't know why, but okay. So let's do this again. So I'll click this first. What's the difference between the one with the pen and the one without?
Okay.
Oh, using existing columns. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So click here.
No. The actable ID.
The actable. Here. Anywhere on this? Anywhere.
Yeah. And then ID.
Here.
Yes.
So that's what I do. And if I go to one of these, okay. So this says for the people table,
Yes.
there's a foreign key that references job seekers, and the column within job seekers. No, I'm sorry. The column within people is actable ID, and it references ID in job seekers table. That's what this says here. So that's good. So it figured that out because I clicked on the right fields, as you said. Okay.
And then one quick suggestion. It's that if you look at it, the people and the job seeker has I think it's one to many, right? Is it?
One too many what?
It's the way they have it is one to many, right?
Yeah.
We want one to one.
We do.
Mapping, right?
Yep.
So the right click again, the right there, yeah, right click, and then edit.
I see. Okay. All right.
Then foreign key, the top,
Yep. The caption.
the foreign key right here, somewhere,
Oh, I'm sorry. Foreign key. Yep.
and then one-to-one.
Got it. Oh, good. Good. Great. I didn't know that was there. Excellent.
Now it's
Now we're good. Okay. Perfect. All right. So that takes care of job seekers then, huh?
right.
So let's move on to agency personnel. And agency personnel, let's see, what do we need for them? Well, they're people, so we already know their name, their email. We're going to need, obviously, well, actually, let me.
Hey, Patrick, how can you disable the sharing thing? The sharing tab?
Sharing what?
The sharing screen, how can you disable it? I mean, I'm still, because it's bothering me, there's a screen.
Oh. So I've stopped sharing.
How can you stop it? I just want to stop it.
You want to stop sharing screen?
Yeah, because it's bothering me. It's covering your screen. The tab is covering. Okay, you go to share. Okay. There you go. All right, I got it.
Well, let me try. So I want to share my desktop.
Okay, go ahead.
And when I do, I'll minimize the. Can you see my desktop okay now?
Yeah, I see clearly now.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So agency personnel. And did we get everything here? We got resume. Yeah, we do. Okay. Agency personnel, they're people. We know this stuff about them. We have to create a table for roles in the agency. So let me put that away for a bit. This is gonna be really busy after a while, but that's what we're gonna have to do.
The ice cream tea, right? Okay, fly ice to order anything else. Yes. We're actually out right now. Technically out. We actually don't carry the mango syrup anymore either. It was seasonal for the summer. I know, I'm sorry.
You need an ID, obviously, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, perfect. Sorry, it's really hard to hear the speaker. It's not your phone.
I guess we just need a character field, right, for role at this point?
Yeah.
We certainly don't need 45 characters. I'll just make it 10 for want of a better term right now. And I think that's pretty much it. We'll have a has-many relationship between an agency person and agency roles.
Right.
Let's see, how does that work?
I don't know if I remember. Did you say the agency personnel can have more than one boss or just one?
According to the client, an agency person sometimes could be both a job developer and a case manager.
Okay.
So we've got to worry about that, of course. So agency personnel. So we're going to have to create a join table, and that's going to be a really long, name. And I think it goes alphanumeric by table, right? So it's going to be agency personnel, agency roles. Is that right?
Yes. Okay.
I'd have to check the documentation on that again, but. Orders.
We can use it. Can you either we can do through association or a joint table? I mean, either way.
I don't. Yeah. So you generally use the through table if you want to add additional fields.
Yes.
To the join table.
Or you just.
Yeah. Do we need a join table in general, though?
I don't think so, because you just what is this? The agency personnel will have many roles, right? I mean, more. You said I don't think. Do we need joint table? I mean, one to many, right? Is it one to many?
It would be one to many, yeah. So
yes, I don't think we need the joint table.
I think we do, because agency role is not a belong to relationship with personnel, so there's no agency personnel ID here.
Oh, okay. So
and so we need a join table to tie this ID with 0 or more of these IDs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. But the question is, is that created automatically? Here they're showing has many orders.
Right.
Customer has many orders, but order also belongs to a customer. We don't have that relationship.
Right.
Let me just read this real quickly. Oh, here we go. Oh, you know what? I think you know what? We actually have a as belongs to many, right? Because agency personnel has many agency roles, and each agency role can belong to multiple agency personnel. So that's
Right.
what we need.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's been a while since I did some of this stuff, so, and I'm not that experienced in Rails anyway, so it takes me a while to get this stuff right. But that's why we're doing this, right?
That's true. That's true.
Yep. So here, we will need to create a join table.
Yes.
So here's what I remember. We should use the through relationship. If you need the relationship model table to have other fields.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay. So I want to remember how it names the table. Has and belongs, has and belongs to many. Let me go back up to that. Sorry.
Hold on. Let me. I'll do. Let me look up too. Let me see if I can.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. Yep. Parts. Yep. So, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So what Rails wants to do is it wants to have an ID from here, right? And an ID from here in the join table.
Yes.
The ID names are singular as opposed to the table name, which is plural, of course. So the ID for agency role in the join table is just agency role ID. I'm wondering if Rails is smart enough to know that personnel is plural for people. And so this ID name could be agency person ID.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be that if Rails cannot determine the plural version of people to be personnel in this case, because usually the plural of person is people.
Right.
Then we'll have to, you know what? Why don't we just change the table name to agency people? And we'll also change to company people.
Okay.
Yeah. Agency people, agency employees. Yeah, people is is shorter.
Right.
So we're good there. Yeah, I think that'll make for less possible mistakes. All right, good. So I will have a one-to-many, actually many-to-many relationship here, right?
Right. Right.
I wonder if this will actually, what's that?
Go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Or maybe I should use the one that you...
One. Is it?
Yeah, let's use that. Because it won't add a column if I use that one, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yep. Okay. And does it matter which one I start with?
I think you start with, what is this? We go from one.
Well, we'll go.
That's one too many, right? That's the.
Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to go and change the cardinality later.
Okay.
In that editor like we saw before. So here we're going from int or ID to agency person ID.
Yes.
Right, and then we're gonna have to go in and change the cardinality to. Oops. You can't do many to many. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, one to many is okay.
One to many.
Except it should be reversed here. So, all right. Should be one here maps to many there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll get it. You said the one. Oh. I was on my waterfront too. Is that what you're talking about? I was thinking about. Oh. Imagine all out of safety. We have spoons and
What I need to do. This is a pain in the neck, but anyway, we need to start there and then go to there, right? And then we can go to foreign key. It's one to many, which is what we've got here. So we've got one ID here maps into many IDs here.
Right, that's true.
Because that ID may have multiple roles.
Exactly, that's true. That now it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I think this tool is really good for drawing pictures, but it's very hard to work with, at least when you're learning it for the first time.
You know, to tell you the truth, this is my first time. I don't have any idea. I'm just still learning.
No problem at all. Okay, so what we want to do now, of course, is to create a one-to-many relationship here. And so we want to start with this and end with that. So that worked okay. And it's one-to-many, so we don't need to edit that, which is great. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. All right. I think we need to connect agency people with people.
Right.
And we have a one-to-one on that. So I'll again use your thing here. And I'll go from, which do I want to start? I guess it doesn't make much difference here.
you go with the what is this? The accessible ID, and then you have to delete the from the people ID, right? You have a people ID.
No, you're right. You're right. Yep. You're absolutely right. I don't need people ID. Delete that. So that went away. And we've got, so ID is going to be connected to actable ID. So let's do that to that. Did I miss on that? Okay. So this guy, it's already one-to-one.
Yes.
And we're fine there. Okay, perfect. Okay, good, good. All right.
Is it one-to-one or?
Oh, you know, you're right. You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Thanks for noticing that. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
That was good. So, I'm not going to have room for all of these notes here, but I'll worry about those later.
Right.
Okay.
Is there any way you can collapse the tables? Maybe.
I think I can do stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you want to, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, if it's helpful, if you want to add some field, just you know, you don't need to look at the field because we have the concept.
You don't have to look at the fields all the time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's helped.
It has helped, yeah. Okay, so let's. So we have company people. We do not need a people ID, as we know. Let's see now. Look at it just a little longer.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. At this point, Philip, I don't think we have an idea whether we need multiple roles set up. Customer, company. Actually, you know, we probably do have roles that they're going to need.
Oh, the company.
Yeah. You know, like one person at a company could be an HR person. Another company could be a hiring manager in a particular department, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if you want to put that in right now. Look right?
Yes.
Now, what I would like to do okay. So let's create that table. This is going to be company people, company roles, right? And it's going to have columns of company ID and company role ID, right?
Right. And then, I mean, quick question: Yeah, the title for the joint table, the name, does it to be in alphabetical, letter order, or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in, I believe, alphabetic order of the table names.
Yes.
So the first table name would be company people, because P comes before R.
Okay. And then okay. Great. Thanks.
Sure. So anyway, back to this guy. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. Just noticed a problem here. This should be address ID.
For company people.
Well, I'm going back to agency people, because this should be agency ID, and these should be singular.
Yes, just agency.
Address ID. Yep.
Why do you need the address ID? I think that's polymorphism, right?
We don't, because of the polymorphic business. You're right.
Yes. So address ID.
Yep. We delete this, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. There may be more fields we add to this. I'm sure there will be as we go along, the company and agency, but right now I guess that's pretty much all we've got, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Build. Let me just get some of this stuff out of our way so we can look at it. Okay. Get this stuff out of the way. So I'm going to need something like agency roles. I wish I could just copy the table. I don't know if I can actually do that. I can say copy this, and I go over here and I click. There's no paste. Available. What I can do is copy column names to clipboard. So.
Works? No?
No, not. I'm going to try to. Oh, that didn't work either.
Okay.
That was an old one that I'd copied a long time ago. Okay, so anyway, we have an ID. It's an int. We have a role. And it is varchar, just like the other one. We'll just put 10 in there. Well, actually, maybe we need more descriptive length for company roles. I don't know. So we might as well keep it 45 or whatever. We can change that later. And so now we want to connect all these guys together, right?
Right.
Including. Okay, so we want a one-to-many, and did we start here and then there before? Okay, one-to-many showed up correctly that way. Great, that worked. Here we want a one-to-many as well. We want a one-to-many between this guy and that guy, and it looked like that worked as well. One-to-many. And then we've got to reconnect up company people to people.
Right.
I want to do a one-to-one between actable and int. And now I have to go in and edit this relationship. Yep. Okay, and then I also Okay. So that's looking pretty good, huh?
Yes.
So we've got that built out down to this level. And we have the models defined here correctly. So this company person, if you will, acts as a person. It looks up here. It belongs to a company.
Right.
Has and belongs to many company roles. So through this join table, it has one address as location. We'll get to that in a minute. Similarly, people. So that looks pretty good, you think?
I think so, yeah.
These look complete? Okay. All right. Okay, good. Now we've got to figure out what makes an agency, what makes a company. So what do we got for agencies? We just got an ID so far. So let's look at what Hua had for agency. So he had obviously a name of the agency, that makes sense, and a URL. For a starting point? Okay. So let's do the name. And what did he use? He used Barcar 45. Give it 80. Want a URL. And then definitely let's put it in that. Well, it sounds like a lot of. You must be sitting right next to the counter, huh?
Yeah, it's a really busy place. Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh,
I guess that's probably it as far as what we know about agencies. As many agency personnel. Agency people belongs to agency. There's a one-to-N relationship. So that's fine there, I think. And then agencies have many addresses.
Right.
It's mapped down to here. And let me fix those problems that you pointed out yesterday. So we'll get rid of this, that. Does that look good now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not going to connect up addresses to anything yet because it attaches to about 6 different things up here, and it'll just be too busy for us right now.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I'll add that later.
Okay.
Model belongs to location, so walk it true. So we're good. All right, so what do we know about a company? It's going to be similar to agency, I guess. We're probably going to need a name. We'll give that Varcar 80. Whatever we want. What did Hua had for that? He had. What did he have companies?
Just push them to the side and pull it out.
Company. All right. Ah, good, great. So he's already thought about this.
There we go. Perfect.
Employee identification number. He gave that a Varcar 45. That's more than sufficient. He gave this guy 55. Okay, good. What does he have here? He's got obviously phone. Okay, 45. Email.
Sorry, go ahead. We're going to bring some more of chocolate, vanilla.
Right, interesting. He has.
Huh? Yeah, normally what we're supposed to have up here is non-fat and half and half. Yeah, so for the most part, half and half of us.
Yeah, you know, the way he designed the workbench, it makes sense, but kind of like complicated, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, hopefully,
I you know, yesterday I was asking you guys about the user thing,
yeah.
the user table. I don't know if you understood. I was trying to say
This one
a
here.
user, the, his user table.
Yeah.
So can you, the way he designed, is it correct me if it's correct. It's for example, I can be user, but then without being job seeker or any those roles, I can just register myself and then be user. Does it does it make sense the way he put it, or it's not that way?
Well,
I'm really confused about the user. I mean, the way he designed. Do you understand why he put the user there?
he was assuming that everybody whose name is in the system is a user of pets. They have an account.
Okay.
So here, job seekers, for instance,
Right.
job seeker has to be a user because you don't see first name, last name, email, anything over here in the job seekers table.
That's true.
So he's using the fact that we've got these other fields here, but if they're here, this table is meant to represent system users, people with accounts.
Right.
So job seekers do have accounts, that's fine, but we may have other people in the system. For instance, company contacts that don't use the pets system. They don't have a login account.
Yes.
But we still want to have them in the system. That's why I thought, well, let's take the stuff associated with a user account and only that stuff and put it in this pets accounts table.
Oh,
And then the stuff that's not associated with the actual login account, the pets, we put it in the people table. And now we can have people in our system that don't have an account, and that's fine. Whereas here, we'd have to have people entered in as users to capture this information about them. But they're not users. They don't really have an account in the system. So that wouldn't work very well.
Oh.
So that's why I wanted to break it up between account credentials and just basic information about a person.
Okay.
And most of the stuff we know about a person would be, this is all inheritable, if you will, through that multi-table inheritance.
Yes.
By job seekers. They all have a name and email, agency people and company people. That's why that act as gem is so great for this.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much following essentially what he did, except we made the change that you said.
Right.
Also, I'm taking case managers and job developers. I'm really just calling those agency people. And a case manager has a role called case manager over here.
Right.
And a job developer as an agency person will have a role called job developer over here. And if we have a third or a fourth or a fifth role for an agency, we'll just add role types to this table.
Yes.
As opposed to here, we'd have to have in addition to case managers and job developers, we'd have to have a third table for a third role, a fourth table for a fourth role at an agency. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Makes sense.
So now that we've added roles, the idea of agency roles translates really clearly into company roles as well. We have the same phenomenon over there. Not everybody at a company that we have a contact with has the same role. We want to keep track of that.
Right.
And then, so I think what we've done here is we've kind of cleaned up the initial starting point that we started with. We've expanded it with all
Right.
Here, let's see what else we're going to have to do. So we decided yesterday that this whole thing about alarms, this stuff, well, this one, that one, we're going to ignore those for now. Okay. Because we don't know enough about alarms very well yet.
Okay.
So the things that are yet to be done is he's got job developer specialty. This I think we need to talk about with him tonight. I'm not sure what job developer specialty is.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other one is the other big one is jobs.
Yes, that's technical.
Yeah, so a job is posted by a company. Not sure why he's showing jobs attached to addresses, companies, join table. I don't. But that might be a mistake. Maybe he's thinking that a company has multiple addresses and a job is associated with a particular address. The company. Maybe that's what he's thinking of. And he has this address over here. Does he have another address for the agency? Address table? Okay, so there's no address table for the agency over here, but he has a address here. Okay. So I see what he's doing. He's thinking that a job will be associated with a particular address of a company, which makes sense. So in our world, we'll have a jobs table that connects up to, well, we'll have to think about how to do that.
Yeah.
Companies have multiple addresses. And then each job has skill requirements for the job, which includes, you know, expert, I guess this skill level. Okay, so that's expert, beginner, that kind of thing.
Right.
And there's a table over here that defines what that means. I see. Okay. This all makes sense. Jobs connects to job, has job skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How do we model jobs to a particular address of a company? How would we do that?
Hey, have you been to guys coffee with
Have to think about that one.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Is it there's at a particular address? Can it be many jobs?
Can it be what? Sorry.
At the particular address, many jobs.
I think we can safely limit one job to one address.
Okay.
So that we can. So companies have jobs. The job itself, each job is going to have an address to the polymorphic table here.
Right.
And when you set up a job, you'll be able to assign it to an address by going and looking at all the company addresses associated with any particular company.
Oh, I see.
So I think this will work fine for that then.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got the whole jobs, job skills, etc. business. I think we want to understand a little bit more about what he means by categories here. I think I know what he means, but that'd be a good topic to discuss on our Scrum today.
Right.
Okay. So, should we start in the jobs table?
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I guess we can just call it jobs, just like he did. Title. Yeah, 255. Oh, what has it got? Description. Probably should give that. What do you think? 1,000 characters?
Yeah, it should be more than, for sure, more than 255.
Yeah. I'll just notice Varkar here. Of course, in Rails, we'll just call it a string. And I think it'll probably expand as needed. Not sure if it defaults to a certain length, but we can worry about that later. So a job will, hold on, if you don't mind, let me just try to do this stuff at the same time.
Oh, this, I was trying to remember something. My bad.
As long as we're thinking about this. Okay. Tell you what, I'm going to fix. I have to go through and make sure I've got all this set up correctly. But anyway, going back to the jobs table. So we know we belong to a company, so we need company ID in here, right?
Right.
We have here, ID. Okay. So what he did here was, okay, so there's a company ID, of course. He's got a job associated with a particular person at the company. Presumably the person who posted the job. And I think that probably makes a great deal of sense. So that would be like an HR person?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's, and that's going to be company person ID. Going to be an int, right? Which means belongs to that look about right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, what else do you have? And then the rest of this stuff, that was all entered by MySQL. Just garbage that was thrown in there, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we've got that stuff. I'm not going to hook up addresses, like I said, right now, but we might as well hook up to company and company person. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, this is the first time this popped up, I thought.
It should, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
It did before?
Yeah, mine, it usually does that.
Oh, I didn't notice it. Maybe it happened on mine, but first time I've seen it. Anyway, okay, so which one do I start with? I forgot. It's going to be 1-to-1 anyway, so I guess it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Oops, never mind. I'm going to start all over again. I meant to pick on company ID. Oops. And yep, okay.
Yeah.
And company person as well. We should have a bigger screen.
I know.
It's difficult. Not much real estate here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's hook up. Company person ID to that one. Edit that one again. 1-to-1. This should be good. Okay. All right, great. Now, now we've got to figure out how to fill these tables here, the auxiliary table. So he has
Which one? See.
so a job has various skills required. So that's this guy. Jobs has skills. So this is a joined table.
The
Right.
skill?
Okay. This one here, jobs has skill. That's actually yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be for us. It's going to be jobs skills.
Okay.
Right. So this is a join table, so it won't have an ID.
Right.
It will have job ID, right?
Job ID.
And it will have a skills ID.
Skill ID.
Correct? Okay, good. In addition, he's got other data in here. That's why he's got it'll be a has many through relationship, right?
Yes.
Because we need that intermediate table to have other things. So required. So this is whether the skill is required or not. And that'll be, I think there's something like a Boolean down here, if I can find it.
I think so. It should be.
There we go. Yep. Skill level ID. Yeah, okay.
Is it? Do you have this skill or skills? I don't. It's tiny. I can't see it. Your ID. Is it skill? Skills or skill?
No, you're right. I had skills. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you for noticing that. Good catch. Skill levels int. Here we got min years, minimum number of years of experience, I guess. And that's going to be an int. I find this tool to be a little laborious to edit in. And it'll be an int. And is that it? Job ID, skill ID, skill level ID, min years, max years, yep. Okay. That actually looks pretty good. All right.
Yes.
And now we're going to have to create a table. We'll call it skills for this, and he has skills level there. Okay. I wonder if we could combine those into one table. I don't know if it makes any sense. I guess it doesn't.
No, I don't know. He has separate tables for that one. Skill level.
Yeah, we'll leave it as separate. We'll leave two separate tables, skills and skill levels.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think you're right. All right, let's do that then. So let's create those. And so we'll talk about skills first, I guess. We'll have ID, and he's got a name, works, and description. And I guess we'll go with 255 or something like that on that.
Sure.
Okay. All right. And in terms of its so what I want to do here is I want to just put a little note. What am I going to say about this? I don't have anything to say about it.
The skill.
I don't have anything to say about it.
Oh no. Let's see.
I don't think we have any specific model association or model level statement to make about skills, right?
Yeah, but in his table there's a association with different table, but I don't. For us, do we need that?
You mean this association?
Yes.
Job table.
What is that? What is that for?
So that job skills versus skills will represent as a belong to relationship, it looks like.
Yeah.
So this is a single job skill, and it relates to a specific skill.
Right.
Through the ID mechanism. So here we do want to say something, right? We want to say that it belongs to skill. To skill level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we want to say about that, right? About job skills?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then the skill levels, not skills levels, but skill level. Right? Have to be careful of those single skill level. And we have multiple in one table, so it's skill levels.
Levels.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. And we'll have, as usual, an ID, an int, have a name, and it will be varchar, and then the description. And we'll just give it a big amount of space there, like 1,000 or something, for working purposes.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, great. Cool. All right, so now what we can do is we can combine these guys together. And we can have a so we can collect skill level skill. Go ahead and change that to one-to-one, excuse me. We can do the same with skill ID and skill. Did I mess that up? Skill ID and skill. Right one. Job skills, skill levels. No, it's not. Okay. One-to-one, one-to-one. All right, good enough. Let's have a way. And now we need to connect up.
Okay.
So this. Go ahead.
Sorry. So the jobs and the job skill.
Yeah.
It just went and it went under the jobs, right? It didn't connect it, right? Because I see, as if it's connected on my screen. Right.
Yeah, it did not. I think because this went underneath there. You were asking about that?
Yes.
Is that right?
Oh.
Yeah. So
What
that's
is that?
that's the wrong cardinality there too. Yeah. So does that look right? So we've got skill ID. So we belong. This guy belongs to skill. So we've got skill ID connected to skill.
Right.
It belongs to skill level. So we've got skill level connected to skill level ID connected to skill, and it belongs to a job. So we've got job ID, which we've not yet connected to jobs. So we need to do that.
Do you have? I think I see two connections between skills and job skills. Is that on my screen or on
skills? And oh, you're right. You're right. So which is which?
Yeah, I think you connected. You do it twice. That's why I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so which one is this? Skills level 1. So this is
that's the one.
This seems to be the one we want to keep.
Right.
So what's with this one? No.
I don't know what it connected to.
Reference table, skills, referencing table, skill ID, barcode. Oh. Well, first of all,
I think it's a referencing the skill level ID.
This one here.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm not.
Let me see. So that's this is 1. This is 2.
Yeah.
So this is reference. This is going from job skill ID to skills table ID, which is what we want, right?
Right.
This to this is good. So let's look at this guy. If I can get it to show up. Okay, so that's 2. So this is number 1. This is the one that's the problem. So it's connecting from skill ID and job skills. So that's good, and it's connecting up. So they're both connecting to the same thing.
Yeah. Why don't you just can you delete one of them?
Let's see. I probably have to delete
the field, I guess, maybe.
What I need to do, I found out I have to go into foreign keys and delete. So it's now built a foreign key relationship each time I do this. So if I delete the foreign key, then
delete one of them. There you go.
That's, yeah. So this this tool takes some getting used to, evidently, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's a new feature.
Well, it's not intuitive when you start using the tool how that stuff works, but on the other hand, I haven't read anything about the documentation, so it's my own fault.
No idea. I just saw it from you guys.
So let's connect up job skill to a job. And this is going from job skills. Oh.
So one.
You got job skills, job ID. It's connecting to jobs ID. So that's all good, right?
All right. That's fine.
You know what's funny? Why is this solid and this is a dotted line?
I think it has to do with one of them is identifying relationship. The other one is not identified. There's none and non-identifying. I think we need the dotted one.
We need the what?
We need the dotted one.
Yep.
Yeah, delete that one and then, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Interesting. Okay. Great. Okay, so so we've actually got what is this?
That's for belong.
Belongs to.
Yes.
So fix that. Let's just make sure that our cardinality is right. So belongs to. So we've got a 1-to-1. Yep. Access person 1-to-1. Has one job seeker. So we haven't built job seeker status yet.
Not yet.
We haven't built resume table. Did he have? I know he had job seeker status. I don't know if he'd ever gotten to
Yeah, he did.
resume table. He had a resume table.
No, I don't think so. I didn't see that one. But
I didn't.
I saw the
Job seeker. Yeah, we've got that definitely. That is.
the starter table. I think I saw something.
Right. Let's go right here. Okay, so we got to build that. Resume, we can add that in. Okay. So agency belongs to. Yeah. One-to-many relationship. Yep. Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. All right. Okay. So we've got resume, which we haven't built yet, but he doesn't have it either. We can add that. We've got job seeker status that we have to add.
Yes.
And we're not doing alarms, and we've got this whole thing about job developer specialties and job categories. That I think, and then job category requires skills. I think we could talk about that tonight then. Can we go ahead and add the job seeker statuses and call it a session for now?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, where's my job seeker? There's my job seeker. I don't have enough real estate on this content. Job seeker status.
Okay.
This is wrong. That's a belongs to, isn't it?
Which one?
Job seeker status. I had has one, but it's actually belongs to, right?
Status. Yes.
Yeah. Because it has the foreign key, so it has the belong to relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Let me. I don't know where the heck I'm going to put this thing. Just have to. Oh gosh.
Can you can move the address table a little bit down and then I don't know.
I think there's a limited real estate. I think I can't go below this point here. I can't make it go.
Okay. You know what? I don't. You. what, I don't mind. It's for me. The screen is so tiny. I don't know.
What's that?
I said the screen is so tiny that even you cannot recognize which is which unless they like get really close to the laptop
Oh, I see.
screen. Yeah.
Sorry for that.
No, that's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, like this time, if you work, when you are present, like sitting next to each other, that will be really nice. Like when designing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still in?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
here.
there you are. Okay. All right. So we've got this job seeker status table, and we can now connect it up, obviously.
Perfect.
Cardinality. Yeah. Okay, well, that's, I think, pretty good work for one afternoon, huh?
Yeah, I think so. And then we can discuss the rest of the Scrum.
Yes, I'll try to rearrange this a little bit.
Sure.
Like you said, I'll probably just hide the fields and make it readable, and we expand as needed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go through our model descriptions one more time to make sure we got that right, and then we can talk about the missing stuff this afternoon.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
All right. I'll see you at this Scrum then.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Patrick.
Okay, Salim, have a good afternoon. See you then.
You too. Thanks.
Bye now.